Hello, welcome to this alternative channel, Anti-War, and the first ever live video review, really, but live video review of AlphaGator Imperial IPA, the first live review for this beer in the world, introduced in 2021. What am I saying? 8.5% alcohol, 35 international bitterness units. Hold on a minute. An Imperial IPA, 8.5. Well, maybe it is, maybe it isn't Imperial, maybe 9 and above. So that's the first little problem. Second problem, 35 IBUs, and it's an India Pale Ale. It's kind of pushing the envelope on an IPA, right? Maybe it's an Imperial Pale Ale or an Imperial Golden Ale. Oh yeah, this is not the first video review. That's right, we did a duo, my friend David and I. So that's posted. Recorded duo review, and people were taking note of that also. Like 35 IBU, that's very low bitterness for what you would consider a India Pale Ale. Then the issue with the 8.5, of course, I guess it's all just a matter of opinion, but I don't guess there's a law. All right, it's not a law like there is the law of India Pale Ales, but there could be a general consensus. Anyway, take the cap off. I see smoke coming out already. Water vapor, you know. Yeah, a lot of that. Orange. It says on the back of the bottle, AlphaGator is and some people took issue with the Gator part because Ator is supposed to be Doppelbox. Andy Gator, Straw Gator. So it's three little issues here, isn't it? AlphaGator is an Imperial IPA that is unquestionably at the top of the chain. Oh yeah? Lurking around with a cloudy appearance, this brew asserts big hop flavors of tropical and citrus fruits. With an 8.5% alcohol by volume, this reptile reigns supreme. Oh, golly. Citra hops, right? Only one type of hop. It's a single hopped ale. Yep, Citra hops and some kind of pale malts. Well, I got the link below. You can look at it. Hello, Ron. Sounds like an interesting beer, says Ronnie S. Thank you. Hello to you, Ronnie S. And thanks for watching the Anti-War channel. And anti-propaganda of all sorts, medical and otherwise. It smells meaty, fruity. It smells like a mango ale. Now, I don't know if Citra hops give you mango aromas. I'm not a hop expert. Some people get on there talking about this type of malt does this, this type of hop does that. And I'm not jealous of them and I don't take issue with it. I'm just saying I don't know enough about it. And I never took the time to learn. Now, if I took the time to learn, could I tell you all the different hops and all the nuances and everything? Well, sure, I could. I just never took the time to learn. Hector Lopez says, hello, Ronald. I'm having the chili mango buzzball. Uh-huh. Mathern's been getting a lot of buzzballs. I might put that on my liqueur list. Okay. Oh, by the way, what's coming up? Tomorrow night, Wednesday night, 7:20 to 30 Eastern time. Hopefully 20 more than 30, but around that time, bottom of the hour, we're doing dessert wine. Any dessert wine, which could be any wine that's above 14% alcohol. Doesn't matter what style. Could be Marsala, could be sherry, cream sherry, dry sherry, cooking sherry. I mean, it can't be a cooking wine. You can't drink that. That's not suitable for drinking. It's for cooking. But you know what I'm saying. Could be port, Madeira, any of those things. You got it. Then Friday night at 6:30 Eastern. Friday night, 6:30 Eastern is Fandango Friday. More liqueurs. I got so many liqueurs, it's not even funny, but it's fun. Do I drink port wines? Yes. when I have them, and I don't have them much. I was talking to a neighbor, says Ronnie S., who's originally from Mississippi, and we got to talking about which states are considered the South. Yeah, capital S, the South. He said Louisiana shouldn't be considered because they are Cajuns. Oh, man. Well, some of them are, not a majority. A minority in Louisiana has an Acadian background. But the northern part of Louisiana is Anglo-American, just like Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, northern Florida, South Carolina. So, yeah, it's a ridiculous thing to say. And Louisiana is older than any of those states, except for Virginia. So, no, sorry, he loses. Made me think of you. Yeah, he's not on the right track there. If you look at the South, like World Book Encyclopedia or the U.S. Government Census Bureau classifies it, Texas would be included. That's the Southwest, of course. But would be the old slave states back before 1861. 1860, it would be up till 1860. It would be Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, Florida, South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia. If you want to include West Virginia, it was part of Virginia until they seceded. See, you're allowed to secede when the government allows it. See, in 1863, and they needed some more electoral votes because Lincoln wasn't too sure he was going to win. So they manufactured some new states: West Virginia, Oregon, California, and Nevada. Nevada had, hardly anybody living there who really didn't qualify as a state. But, they didn't care about the rules back then or now. But, I'm sorry, Maryland and Delaware would be included. Maryland and Delaware, Kentucky, Tennessee, Missouri, and Arkansas. So that would be the Old South. And those were all the segregation states up until at the 1954 court ruling. They all had dual racial school systems, including Delaware. That's why Delaware is tiny. It's a tiny state. They got 2 state school systems for the university level. Obviously, Delaware does not need more than one state university. University of Delaware. I think it's in Wilmington. But there's also Delaware State University, I believe in the capital town, not really a city, capital town of Dover. So Delaware State. University of Maryland, Coppin State University, Morgan State University, and so on, in all of those states. But that was their tradition. But anyway, he said Florida is definitely excluded. I don't know what he's talking about, as well as the Carolinas. Okay, well, this guy was obviously putting you on, or he knows nothing. Okay, back to this. It's got hop bitterness. Okay, it lives up to the full 35, but it's like a pale ale in that sense. It's stinging from the alcohol. It's 8.5%. You drink a bunch of these, you're going to get loaded. It'll be a big mistake. You probably feel bad later. I'm not going to do that. I told y'all on the day off, I only drank 4. Now, Sunday, I drank 5. You say, uh-oh, slipping. You're going into the... Well, no, because remember, I say 22 to 24 a week. 22 to 24 12-ounce beers a week. And I'm very strict about that. So you get those 2 to play with. Normally, I stick to 22. But then, you can say, well, you do 24 every week. You start playing, then it'll play with you. So, yeah, you got to be careful. Some people aren't. I know some people that do beer reviews that obviously are not careful. You could just watch. You can see it's sad, really. They're going down, But I can't answer for them, It's like food. I can't answer for people that obviously eat too much. What can I do? I can give suggestions. I'm not going to be a pressure person. They might get angry. Anyway, I'm not a pressure person. But this thing is juicy. So does Citra bring in juice flavor? I suppose it tastes juicy like mango. That's the only thing I can think of, mango. Um, it's sort of high, medium body, nearly heavy. It's a dry finish, more or less. So let's say a mostly dry, or as Maria Devine taught me, somebody I used to do beer reviews with, medium dry. That's expression. I said, I'm going to use that, medium dry. Makes sense. It's nice, but it doesn't really taste like an India Pale Ale. This is my third bottle. Well, I had a half a bottle with David, then a full bottle on a solo review, and now this one, that's 2.5. I think I did it there. Well, I got a little bit left. You know what it tastes like, really? It tastes like a golden strong ale, like Duvel. He said that's a Tripel. I know that. Tripel style kind of thing. But I think Duvel's a golden strong Belgian ale, right? And so not so much a Tripel, but sort of like, but not really as much of that. But this has a lot of commonalities with Duvel. 8.5% alcohol. It's got that stinging alcohol, strong ale flavor. Of course, I don't recall Duvel having a mango, but yeah, for a beer on its own merits, it tastes good. It was only $9.40. Say only, huh? Only $9.49 for the 12-pack at Total Wine and More. It would have cost me $2.50 more at a local store here. I won't name the store. I hate to see what it would be at Winn-Dixie. Ooh. But when I'm thinking IPA, I'm not thinking this. If you said strong golden ale, I would think, yeah, this works. This is kind of like that. I remember that pumpkin ale last year from Elysian. That strong pumpkin ale. It was like a strong orange ale, a strong ale. And it was very similar to this. Low bitterness and fruit kind of flavor. Of course, it had pumpkin added. You know what I'm saying? It was roasted pumpkin seeds. But for IPA, ain't making it. That's why we didn't give it a high score. We said, y'all are not doing this right. And the third person off camera, out of the picture said, yeah, it's like, I don't know what this is. So it's like mislabeled. If they called it AlphaGator Strong Golden Ale or Golden Strong Ale, I'm totally fine with that. And then I would give it a 94. I'll say 94, most excellent. A most excellent Golden Strong Ale. But Imperial IPA, it's not Imperial because it's only 8.5. That's the way we see it. It's not really an IPA at 35 IBUs. It's more like a pale ale. Thirdly, I said, Gator should be reserved for Doppelbocks. Helles Doppelbock if they want to make a Helles Doppelbock. Right? Andy Gator Helles Doppelbock, formerly Andy Gator Malt Liquor, and Straw Gator, which is a strawberry puree infused Andy Gator. So they kind of like corrupting the whole Ator idea. Let's read the comments. Do you take ABV into consideration with the beers, like a 10% stout beer in 2 beers? No, I'm not that strict. I'm not like a fanatic, like a super strict, because then, I might, on the flip side, drink like I did yesterday. And I might do another live video for this. I think I will. At, say 4 o'clock Eastern. Yingling. No, not Yingling. But the same kind of thing. Corona Premier. Man, that thing is so light. You could count that as half a beer. See, so like a 10% of a double up, then the Corona Premier, I'm undouble, negate. So no, I just count on 12 ounce. And I don't cheat. I mean, sometimes you can't help it. Like if it's a pint, those are problematic cans, pint cans, or 500 milliliter cans, because then it's 8 ounces if you share it, or it's 16.9 if you drink it solo, talking about a 500 milliliter. So then those get a little dicey, like, well, okay, I'll drink a pint. I'll give you an example. This morning, I drank a pint of the Bold Rock Boulder, Bolder, not a mountain boulder, but Boulder hard lemonade, 8%. Well, what can I do? It's a pint can. I've got one sample. I don't have a 12-ounce bottle or a 12-ounce can. I had a pint can. So it's like, okay, well, I reviewed it and I drank it. You know, it's strong, 8%. But so those get to where you're starting to like cut and paste and get a little wacky with it. So I just say 22 to 24, 12-ounce beers a week. And we hope for the best on the size. And it usually works out. That's why I stay away from those 42-ounce bottles. Are they a good value per ounce? They are actually, but it's hard to portion it correctly because 4 12 ounces would be 48. So now you're 6 ounce short. You're half a beer short of 4. So then it's like, oh, well, then I got to do this. And then I got to calculate this. Then it's like no fun and it's a drag. So I don't like to. You say, well, you do whiskey tastings. Oh, yeah, you're drinking whiskey all day. That's a jealous statement. I'm not doing it all day. All right. I do a tasting once a day. You say, well, that's 365 days a year, but that's all. That's all. So Sunday, I did a solo review of Tullamore DEW, Tullamore Daniel E. Williams, Tullamore Dew. Well, I counted that for Wednesday's tasting. So Wednesday, tomorrow, no whiskey. I went on that road trip to New York. Didn't drink any liquor of any. I drank no liquor of any sort. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Was I getting nervous? Was my hand shaking and I couldn't take it? Well, no. Did it bother me? No. I had doubled up. No, before I left on the trip, I knew those days were coming, so I piggybacked some. It's a balancing act. I mean, it takes some kind of sense. You know, some people have no sense. They got no they can't think. You say, what about wine? You drink wine every day. You know how much I drank with lunch? Like that much. We're talking about 2 ounces. Like, I'm serious, 2 ounces. That's enough. I drink water all the time. So anyway, that's the story on that. So far, it's worked out. You know, I have somebody in my family very close to me. She gave up drinking. Why? She couldn't handle it. She wasn't really addicted to it because she said, I gave it up and I didn't really like crave it or want it. She's like, I didn't want to stop drinking because I thought my friends won't like me. They won't want to hang out with me anymore. They'll think I'm not fun. You know, that kind of peer pressure type thing. She's over 40 years old. But she said she felt bad all the time. Like all the time. She was feeling bad. Fell down and broke her leg one time. Fell on her face. But she wasn't doing no 22 to 24. You know what I'm saying? They were in New Orleans and they were going out and getting buck wild and acting crazy every night. I know what they were doing. It wasn't like any kind of like balanced approach or a golden mean. It was like total New Orleans insanity. And there was a pay up. You got to pay. You hire the dance. I mean, you hire the music group. You got to pay them. She hired the music group. She got to pay. So she said, oh, no, this isn't going so well. I feel terrible every day. And then she gave it up 2 years ago or a year or whatever it was. And she said, I feel so much better now. Like, I wake up now and I don't feel bad. I don't fall on my face. I don't break my leg, you know, my ankle, whatever. This is a great life compared to what it was before, you know. So think about that for a minute. Now, do I wake up feeling bad? No, I don't. Now, if I don't get to sleep, something like that, I slept well last night. I dreamed somebody or had gotten a new hotel, a new apartment, and it was really fancy. And this other lady was telling me, "Oh, I really like this. I really like this apartment." And they were showing us all around, and I was thinking, it's really nice. It was in New Orleans. And she kept saying, it's a walkthrough. It's a walkthrough. And I said, what does that mean, a walkthrough? You know, in a dream, like terms don't make any sense, you know. I said, that must be some kind of real estate jargon, you know, because this woman actually in real life sold real estate. And then she was saying, oh, my place isn't as nice or whatever. And I was saying, what are you talking about? Because I know where she lives in real life. And I said, well, in the dream, it was going on and on, you know, that means I was sleeping, which was fine. I was sleeping good. And then I said, well, where do you live? And she said, at Sleep Inn. And that made me wake up because I was so shocked to hear that she was living at a budget hotel. So, I mean, obviously it makes no sense. It's a dream. It makes no sense. You know, it's no. You know what I mean? It's like insensible. It's a dream. But it was a very nice apartment in that dream. And I was thinking, this is a really nice apartment. I knew exactly where it was located too, in New Orleans. So it's strange. Anyway, although in real life it doesn't exist there. It's not located there. It's not a real place. What do you count when you share a beer? Just half? Well, yeah, because I'm drinking 8 out. If we share like this, for instance, at his house, we shared this. So it was 6 ounces. And then we did another 12 ounce. So that was 6. So 2 equaled 1. And when Saturday, my friend David was over here and I was saying 48. I was counting. He said, what are you doing? Oh, you're counting the beers. I was right. I said, right, because I don't want to drink too much. I said, I know you count beers, right? Ha, he had to laugh. He's like, ha, right. You crack me up, Ron, says Ronnie. Yes. Thank you. Or if that's good, I guess it's fun to laugh, have a little hang out, have a good time. All right, well, that's it. I'm way behind on my beer review watching and my Tullamore DEW's Irish whiskey watching and some other channels I discovered today. I got to watch all that. Man, this thing is not an IPA. No way, baby. I'm glad I evaluated it. And then I had to go get new eyeglasses today. These are not new. These are the old chipped up, horrible ones that I hate. But I got some new ones coming in about a week. So it was taking up about 3 hours of my time. But I did go do some shopping. You know, got some stuff. So that was nice. So, but anyway, thank you all for watching the Anti-War channel, which is Upward Peace and Downward War. Upward Peace and Downward War. You make an argument about a war and I'll probably talk you out of it, and then you realize it was unnecessary and unjust, more than likely. Thank you very much. Thanks, Ronnie S., for all your good comments. You too, Hector.